left our heroes. The importance of session recaps. I've seen this done a couple of different ways. My preference is to have one or more of my players give a summary from their notes. It shows me that they're paying attention to what's going on. I've also given the recap myself as a game master because I have some neurodivergent players who don't take notes and the group scribe was out that night. Asterisk, one of my players has dysgraphia, which makes it difficult to write legibly. I'm not going to punish that player. This particular topic has become one of those silly internet TTRPG arguments in the past. I don't see the point in fighting over it. I say it regularly, do what works best for you and your group. What works for my table may not work for yours and vice versa. Some professional game masters swear by not doing it, others insist it's the only way. I'm all about you being comfortable at your table. Our group developed this habit naturally many years ago because my wife takes really good notes. At the time it started, we had 3 players who all took very good notes. When I'm playing, I take lots of notes. The session notes tell me as a GM what the group's perspective is. Hence why I feel recaps are important. Sure, I can give my recap out of my notes. There is always the concern that I remember things differently as a GM and might give away something the group doesn't know or may have forgotten. Sometimes we have to do a little retconning when I flub that way. Asterisk, retcon is a fancy term for retroactive continuity for those who don't know. Basically, it's changing a past event using current knowledge. Happens frequently in comics. Personally, I think it's better for the players to do it, but I understand that's not always possible. "Hey, you forgot to say it," said one of my players after we started one time. "What?" "You know, the thing when last we left." "Oh yeah." "Who wants to recap last session?" First hand to go up on my right side usually wins it. Sometimes I throw that player a bit of extra experience or an inspiration point, hero token, whatever. It helps incentivize the group to keep me on point. It's also great when the players keep track of what's going on because it takes some of the pressure off me as a GM to remember everything all the time. I have enough going on behind the screen most times that taking extra notes just isn't happening. Not to mention I have a couple of very insightful and clever players most of the time that I need to stay ahead of or else I get surprised in a radical game-altering way. Players reading the recap also gives me an opportunity to see what they know or maybe missed. Certain key NPCs might be able to capitalize on the group not coming for them or suspicions being laid elsewhere. It also tells me if my session prep was on point or if I'm going to have to adjust some things on the fly. Then there's always that one NPC that they latched onto who wasn't even a footnote which I now have to improvise. That's where I'm going to leave it today. Maybe you don't use the recap at all and just jump right into the action. Awesome. There are times I would enjoy doing that, too. Keep up the good work.
If you like what I do here, please consider liking, subscribing, and maybe hit that bell icon for notifications. Thank you. Have a great day.